Francis Darius, Mrs. Patterson, COM 1102, Section 4, 14 November 2014. Topic: Reader Response Perspective on See the Other Side.
Shreyas Ugemuge, COM 1102, Section 4, Mrs. Patterson, 14th November 2014. Topic: Historical Perspective on See the Other Side.
Okay, so we'll be diving right into it. I will be focusing on the analysis of See the Other Side from a reader response perspective, right? So, as the name of the perspective implies, it is generally what the reader interprets, which is me, while reading the work, right? So, I believe that the approach is eclectic, as different readers would perceive different ideas based on their background, their prior experiences, or their way of thinking, right? So I am pious, and I perceive this short story as something much more than just the narrator receiving or recalling her late father as she visits Ravina.
Hold on. So I have to add some history here, alright? So Ravenna is located in Italy. It was the capital city of the Roman Empire till the Roman Empire fell in the 5th century AD. There's a quote which says, "Once upon a time, right at the start of the 5th century AD, the Emperor Darius transferred the capital of the Western Roman Empire to the city in line." So, about this city, most of the inhabitants are Catholic, hence the number of churches that the lady visits in the story are way too much. You know, she goes from one church, she goes to another church, she goes to another church.
Okay, looking for the church. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, open the door. What was my dad talking about? I don't see anything. All I see is darkness.
Another, and there's so many churches in the city.
Okay. Thanks for interrupting me, man. Okay, so the narrator visits the places her father traveled to see, the sublime, the delight he was bluffing about. However, when she reached there, she was really disappointed because she couldn't see what he was talking about based on what her father described, right? Well, there's a quote where she says, "Everything changed. Dust gathered, the mosaics crumbled. What was once important is now unimportant. What was once excited has vanished in the sands." So, a matter of fact, I started to believe, the story was religious as I encountered words such as heaven and Lord and churches. But then again, she talks about death, especially towards her father. She even mentions, "If heaven exists, then my father is there now. Where else would he be? The only thing is he died," right? That's page 688. So I took it that the author is relating the story to something much deeper than what is being read.
Alright, so you talked about mosaics, right?
Yeah.
Mosaics were or still is the art of creating images using colored glass, stone, or paper. But since we're talking about all the churches, mosaics in churches are usually made of glass or marble or something of that sort, which would make it look all mythological, How this is relevant to the story is that she visits the church and it is all dark. And once there are some people that put 25 cents into it, into the light box that the church has, it illuminates and, quote, "For a moment too short for the human eye to adjust, paradise is greener and sheep more innocent." Of course, she's not seeing paradise or sheep out of nowhere unless she's having LSD. Which she's not. But she can see the mosaics now, which are themed as the mythological and the more cultural aspects of the Catholic culture. So she can see the sheep and images of paradise.
You really think the class do not know what mosaics is? A literary class, literature, mosaics. literary work, art.
At least I told them what it means for the story, right?
Okay.
Alright.
I got you. Okay, so coming close to the end of the story is what captivated me most as a reader, right? The blind man in the story, to me, helps the people, the narrator, the tourists, the people in the church, to see literally and figuratively, right? I believe it's all about faith. I'll tell you why. So, to me, the theme is revealed gradually. Sometimes themes are in the title, but this one was gradually in the story. So, what I got out of the story is that she wanted to view the world the same way her father did, right? With positivity, a positive outlook. But how could she see that positive outlook, when the mosaic was a big deal and it was difficult to view in the darkness, in a crowded church, which she almost suffocated. The narrator realizes that when money is placed in the box, the light turns on, and then she can see the work vividly, the mosaic. But she and the tourists were annoyed that several payments had to be made in order for the light to shine. Quote, they want to see heaven for free, page 688. A blind man in a wheelchair, spends his money freely in the light box where the light shine. And he wanted his guide to describe the art to him, where she responded, the great comfort of beauty. While all the other people couldn't see anything besides, quote, darkness, heat, silence, irritation, doubt, dejection, right? So, to me, as a reader, I believe the story depicts that sometimes we are blind. All we see is the darkness and negativity of the world, but not the beauty beyond the darkness. We need faith to believe that circumstances could change for the better and that something worthwhile will appear, like when the light comes, right? People do not have to be literally blind to not see the good things around them. We need faith. We need to open our eyes. We need to see beyond the darkness.